Hi, this is Gulf of Mexico Part 1. And before we start, I want to thank a bunch of students for doing Flipgrid and answering questions for me. So I want to just acknowledge them. Ryan F., Yusef, Ami T. Great job, my second graders. Third graders, Eleni, Kaylee G., Daryl, thank you so much. Great job. I'm glad to see everybody on Flipgrid. Christopher Garcia, Alicia Black, my fourth graders. Thank you so much. John Miguel and Kaylee Liscano, my fifth graders. Thank you so much. Excellent job. I appreciate the hard work and seeing you guys on Flipgrid. So now we go to our Gulf of Mexico. Hey, how are we doing today? Great day today. Thank you so much. Let me see how you guys are doing. Wonderful. All right, so Gulf of Mexico, just a quick point, is the 10th largest body of water in the world. Right? That includes our oceans. All right, so we have our big oceans, and then Gulf of Mexico is very large. It touches the southern part of North America, right, in the United States. Right, it starts at Florida, then it goes to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and then along the Mexican coast there. So it's pretty big. It is a large source of oil that is drilled there. All right, so there's a lot of oil rigs that drill oil down in the Gulf of Mexico. So large source of oil. Our objective this week, all right, we're going to improve our throwing and catching skills. I'm looking for accuracy and control in your throws. If you make a good throw, the catches will be easier. Okay. If you get it, try to keep track of your activity tracker. Again, we're keeping track of just seeing how much exercise and activity you do during the week. I'm going to try to see how the Google Docs work. Some students are able to use it better than others. So we'll try that another week. I'm working on different ways to make it easier for you. So we'll see how that works out. Let's go to fire safety, because this is going to be part of your questions, a review of the fire safety that we've covered. And a bunch of these questions will be on your Google form. All right, so let's see how fires start. We're going to review. All right, with playing with matches, cooking on the stove, right? We might leave it there too long. Portable heaters because it's getting colder out. And you might have clothing or drapes or something that's too close to it. Maybe you are putting too many electrical cords in the wall and it might not be able to handle it. Fireplaces, we need to be careful when we're having fires. And some of us have electrical fires, so we don't want to have anything too close because maybe it catches and burn. People who smoke need to be careful with their ashes, all right? And when we light candles, we don't want to really leave candles alone. We want to make sure maybe just to be safe with our candles. All right, so before a fire starts, excuse me, before a fire starts, each home should have a safety plan. Part of this plan includes, where are you going to meet outside? You have a meeting place. Because sometimes if there's a fire, you might get split up. And you want to make sure you get outside. And when you get outside, you need to have a meeting place. Your homes should have smoke detectors. This way, if there is a fire and it smokes, it'll be an alarm. Okay, so you'll know that there's smoke, and you'll be woken up, or you'll be aware of where something happens. Part of the plan is you want to make sure you stay calm, right? Maybe you have a fire, just a practice like we do in school, right? Fire drill at home, fire drill at school. You want to be able to get out. First place to exit. If there's a fire, where is the first place you're going to try to get out? If you can't get out, and to get outside, what would be the next door to try to get outside? If you can't get outside, which room are you going to go out the window to a fire escape? Or maybe you have one of those rolled ladders that you can throw out the window and climb out your window. All right, so that's part of your safety plan. Now, if there is a fire, okay, you may have to crawl on the ground. If you do crawl on the ground because the fire rises, you might want to put tape on the ground so you'll know where to go. So you'll be able to see where you're going because there'll be some sort of tape on the ground and that'll direct you where to go. Part of your plan is that you close the doors. If you're going to leave your home, close the door. You don't want to leave doors open because the fire will go through it quicker. So make sure you close your doors. And part of your safety plan would be to remember, if you're trying to go out and the door is closed, check the doorknob with the back of your hand. And if it's too hot, you might burn your hand, so you want to just burn the back of it. If you burn your palm and you're trying to crawl, it's going to be very difficult and it's going to hurt. So try to remember those. So then when a fire happens, you need to let others know in your house there's a fire. All right? You need, as you get out, if you live in an apartment, tell everyone around, yell, help, there's a fire in my house, there's a fire in my house. This way other people in the apartments can get out. All right, you want to make sure everybody gets out of the apartment, out of your house. Get outside to safety. All right, call 911 and go to the meeting place that you need to meet for your family. And so make sure we try to remember those things. Excuse me. And this way we can be safe if there's a fire that ever happens. All right, so I'm going to move forward to my next thing. My next that I'd like to tell you. Sometimes we get upset. Sometimes you get down. Right? And some of you already mentioned this in your last Google question. Who can you talk to? All right, ask about your feelings. Who will you be able to talk to in your family? If there's someone in your family, someone in the school, someone in the community, all right, maybe your neighbors or someone that you see. Maybe you go somewhere and speak to people. So try to think of someone that you could talk to when you're feeling down, depressed, sad. All right, it's always good to express your feelings to someone. I'd like you to try to just think of one person that you could speak to, okay? It's important to have someone to talk to if you're feeling down. You don't want to hold those feelings in. Tell someone you're upset, you're down, you're scared, okay? The COVID-19 makes us all a little different, a little nervous. We don't know what's going to happen. How long is it going to last? So make sure you're able to know someone that you can trust and speak to. All right, so try to think of the one person. Now, this week we're going to practice juggling. Use the Let's Juggle video. I give you lots of tips. You can use that video. I made 2 more videos for the rubric this week. 1-ball juggling rubric, and the 2-ball juggling rubric. I each made videos for those as well. That can help you practice more. Please use Flipgrid to show me if you can. This way I can give you some pointers back. And I send videos back to try to help you. If you want to get better at juggling, it does take practice. So if you want, try to spend 10-15 minutes practice juggling. And concentrate. Think about what you're doing, and you'll get better. All right? And it might be fun. So if you enjoy it, great. All right? I would love for you to be able to juggle. Use the rubric I gave you, and we're all set for the week. All right, we're getting close to the holidays, so next week we'll talk about some other things. And remember, please look at the videos, the Gulf of Mexico. This is part 1. Part 2 is the exercise part. Activity tracker in Google Docs. I'll try to send that out again, and hopefully some people will be able to use it a little bit more. Flipgrid for the juggling. Please try to show me. I appreciate it if you do. December family calendar always has something on it every day. And you will have a Google form for questions this week about deltoid muscles and fire safety. All right, well, have a great week. I look forward to seeing some of you in school and maybe some of you on Flipgrid. All right, bye-bye.